You guys are in for a treat today. I'm gonna show you my favorite freeze-dried meal, and that's favorite in all of them. Whether it's dessert, lunch, dinner, breakfast, I'm gonna give you a review of the Mountain House breakfast skillet and tell you why it's so amazing. I'm using the Jetboil stove today. There she is, my favorite freeze-dried meal. You can see we have potatoes, scrambled eggs, sausage, peppers, onions. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Here's our caloric information for those of you guys that are interested in that. And typically, my buddy and I split one of these, and it's the perfect amount of energy. Very simple. Open the package, 1 1/4 cups boiling water, stir carefully, zip shut. It says wait 5 minutes. Yeah, wait 5 minutes, stir again, which I do on every freeze-dried meal. And then let it sit for 4 more minutes, but really it's gonna be like an extra 10 minutes. And that is what we're working with. Doesn't look like much here, but trust me, when all this comes together, amazingness. Let's go ahead and take our freshness packet out. 1 1/4 cups of water. You're like, Mike, you didn't measure that. That's right, because when you're in the backcountry, we don't have measuring cups, folks. Our stoves sometimes have markings. You can see that marking down in there. That represents 2 cups. Go ahead and fire the Jetboil up. That's my igniter button. Doesn't work. They never work on these things for some reason. Guess when the worst time to find out your igniter button doesn't work is? That's right, in the backcountry when you have no lighter. Cool thing about the Jetboil is the thermal indicator. And so as the water starts to boil, this will turn orange, and it's just starting. I'm using bottled water. If I'm in the backcountry and I'm using, say, filtered or pond water, I let that boil roll for 4 or 5 minutes or so. Don't need to here because it's bottled water. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dump the water. Go ahead and dump the water in the bag. Now we're gonna give them a stir. Typically the water level in these, you got the right amount in here when it just comes to the top of the food without the food floating. Give it a nice stir. The stir is very important here, guys. Now, from experience, I can tell that needs a little more water. So I'm gonna dump just a little more in there. And zip it closed. I'm gonna stir it in 5 minutes, and then about 10 minutes after that, we'll open it up and see where we are. All right, 5 minutes up, and that's what we're working with. I'm gonna give them a stir. A lot of times on this meal, the liquid can stay at the bottom, and so it won't rehydrate evenly if you don't stir it. And usually, to be honest with you, it says stir once. I usually stir all meals twice and let them sit almost twice as long as it calls for. Ooh. Now, the first thing about this is the smell. I mean, it smells like you're at a restaurant for breakfast. I mean, you got the peppers, the onions, the eggs, the sausage. It's just it just comes together so perfectly. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. There you go. Cheers. Oh, absolutely perfect. I haven't had a breakfast dehydrated meal yet that can even come close to this. Uses a little more water than it calls for, but perfect. I think what really makes it is the potatoes. It gives you that starchy, just extra. Depending on where you are, anywhere between $8, $12 or so. You can't beat it. Tell us down in the comments below, what's your favorite dehydrated breakfast meal? For me, the sausage really brings that little bit of spice, that little bit of, flavor to the party, and then the potatoes add that starchiness. The eggs are, they're eggs, Eggs are typically somewhat similar, and they hydrate well. Everything hydrates well as long as you use a little bit more water and stir it an extra time. But that's the same with all dehydrated meals. Next time you're going into the backcountry or doing some off-roading, I'd really suggest making sure you pack a couple of these breakfast skillets. Absolutely amazing. I want to thank you for watching the video. Your support means a lot to me and keeps me coming back, making more videos for you. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Have an awesome week.